Welcome back to Elements in Focus. My name is Grant Soliven.
And I'm Aaron Rheaume.
And we are both so happy to have you part of the program. For those of us that are joining the program new, Elements in Focus is a short tidbit program designed to give you snack-biteable information that covers some of the 5 critical elements that we cover as an organization. We believe, and we call them 5 critical elements because these are 5 areas that can critically endanger your financial plan going into the future. We know success is not dependent on solely one thing. We've all seen that glacier analogy of success. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, though, failure can be dependent on one thing. And so we try to give you information that you can take back to your plan and your families to ensure you don't end up wrecking something either on purpose or by accident. So we're going to cover risk management, and life happens is a topic that we hope many of you don't have to live through but once. Unfortunately, because of what we do in our jobs as advisors and planners, we see this more often than I think people would like to understand. Mm-hmm. And a big thing we're going to cover today, umbrella coverage and what it is and why you should have it. So, Aaron, we'll toss it back to you to start.
Yeah, thank you, Grant. Again, always well done on the opening and getting people headed to the topical part of our conversation. Umbrella insurance is something that we see as advisors that not many people have, in my opinion.
It's true.
What an umbrella policy does is puts protection over all of your other insurances, especially home, auto, and renter's insurance. So if you're setting up insurance policies like home and auto, you know there's deductibles and there's out-of-pocket max. And so let's say, someone walks on your property, Grant, and breaks a leg, and now you've got medical bills that are going to pile up. The umbrella policy helps to step in when your insurance amounts can't cover the stated benefits inside of the policy. So like a homeowner's auto insurance, if you get in an accident, the insurance company is only going to pay so much. So if it's something serious and it pushes past those limits, you either have to have an umbrella policy put in place to help cover that, or you have to start paying out of income and assets. Mm-hmm. So if you have income, if you have assets, and you're trying to protect those, an umbrella policy is one of the best things that you can have in the form of coverage to make sure if you pass those exceeded limits that the insurance companies allow, that you have protection in place to not have your assets or income touched.
Absolutely.
And it's very, very cheap.
It's incredibly cheap. And this is, remember, then here's a rule of thumb for everyone. Now remember, when you talk about rules of thumb, it's not always for everybody, but it's meant to be a generic statement to help. Mm-hmm. Umbrella policies are very, very important when you have young kids and young families and young kids driving.
Yeah,
very,
absolutely.
Very important. And like Aaron said, they're incredibly cheap. When you have a business, especially on your property, you probably should have an umbrella policy. It's like having a backup generator to a sump pump.
Very well said.
Right? And so I actually had a gentleman who I was meeting with tell me that. He was like, actually, Grant, if I hear you correctly, it's like having a backup generator to my sump pump. When the power goes out, I know I'm okay in a rainstorm.
Backup battery.
That's exactly it.
Yep.
It is a backup generator to your sump pump of life, so that you don't end up waking up to a surprise with your basement flooded, right? So use that as an analogy. Obviously, this is something we definitely want to have conversations with you. If you're our family and you're contemplating getting that, we're more than happy to connect with your PNC agent to discuss what those look like. Like Aaron said, it's pennies on the dollar. I have one family even tell me sometimes pesos on the dollar.
Yeah.
And so it's super cheap to do, especially if the circumstances are right. So give us a call, 800-928-4001, for more questions related to things that happen in life. If you have questions about anything that we cover in these programs, please reach out to us at talktofeg@yourlifeafterwork.com. Someone from our advisory team is more than willing to and happy to engage with you there. If you want more content to digest, you can find us on YouTube or any of the podcasting programs that are listed below. You can also find us on some of the radio programs out there here locally at WIBC, Shine 99, WHBU, for example, as well. We appreciate you taking the time to be here. Sometimes talking about things and life happens aren't always fun. Mm-hmm. Some people don't like to talk about insurance, but we know that's why it's called insurance for a reason, right? It's there as a backup protection for you. Thank you for being with us. If you have any questions, please give us a call, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.